Welcome to Impact. I'm Philip Morris, CEO of Proctors, and your host today for our art segment. Our guest is Sal Prizio, a program manager. Took me a second to get that right before. Program manager at the Mastery Center for the Performing Arts in St. Rose campus. Sal, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And I've loved watching you work and playing with Mohu and your enthusiasm. And,
Thanks.
It's been really cool. So,
it's been fun. Mohu's been fantastic.
Yeah, well, Mohu South. Talk about it for a minute. It was there because of you.
Thanks. Mohu South, it was a fantastic effort put on by a lot of different venues. We had our arts trolley, and we had the Sunny Side of the Street band, which was fantastic. You can picture trombones and upright basses sticking out of this trolley going up and down the streets. And it was a great way to bind a lot of the arts community together. So I was excited about it. It was a great first step.
Yeah, it was
for us
terrific.
in Albany, so I'm looking forward to it.
So you run the program at the Mastery Center, 400 seats. Talk about it. What's in the room?
Okay, so the Peacock Recital Hall is a 400-seat recital hall in the Mastery Center for the Arts. It's a multi-art facility there. There's the Esther Mastery Gallery, and then we have that. I'm in charge of the performing arts series that we do there. It's called Premier Performances. We do anywhere between 15 to 20 performances a year: classical, jazz, contemporary, world music. And part of my mission there is to not only engage the students and the faculty in these performances, but get the community involved in the College of St. Rose as well. Get them interested, let them know what's going on.
So how hard is it? A lot of campuses have a tough time getting kids to live events, getting students to live events.
I try to offer as many student ticket prices as possible, but I also try to make sure that I can focus my performances to things that the students might be interested in.
So,
like we did Medeski Martin Wood. The students love Medeski Martin Wood. You know what I mean? So
they're incredible.
Yeah. So things like that. And in the performances that might not necessarily say, oh, the students might not be interested in this or whatever, we try to get workshops with the students, master classes and things like that. So we try to directly involve a lot of our faculty and the College of St. Rose students, so they get that extra experience going on there.
So how much penetration do you think? I mean, how many students do you think show up at the center in a year?
Wow. Per concert, I would say a couple thousand.
So you think a third of the student body?
Oh yeah.
Goes?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, throughout the season, absolutely.
And that's probably better than a lot of places with their performing arts center. So
I haven't asked any other places, but I could check.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been involved in programming for 2 colleges in my past.
Nice.
SUNY Fredonia and Jamestown Community College, and the whole thing was trying to get students. I mean, the entire issue. It wasn't even about price. It was a sense that.
It's interesting with St. Rose because the student organization have their own concerts that they do. They do their concerts on the campus and things like that, where they bring those, up and coming rock bands, and they can, the recital hall is not designed for concerts like that. So I have to kind of tailor what I can do to not only the recital hall, but to make it appealing to the students as well. Another thing we're doing this year is I'm bringing Livingston Taylor, but he's going to play with the St. Rose Orchestra. So it's just him and the St. Rose Orchestra. So all of those students are performing on stage with him. They'll get their friends to come and check out the show as well. So it's another way. I mean, the more I can get them professional experience and also get the other kids on the campus engaged. I just try to get creative with it as much as possible. I mean,
So you told me before the interview began that you came from the record industry. So,
yes.
Tell me your path. I think it's really cool.
Okay. Well, I went to college at Northeastern. I was a music industry major, and I moved to New York City to become a big rock star. So what am I going to do during the day to pay the bills?
Drums?
No, I'm a guitar player.
Okay.
So I had my band in New York City, and we all had jobs in the record business. I started out, I did some stuff with Harry Fox Agency, just my first job as like a temp, and then I went to a lecture. I was there for about 5 or 6 years during the big AOL merger and all of that stuff, and it was fantastic. It was great to learn how records are promoted and the business side of it, and meeting all those fantastic artists. And then I went from Time Warner, I went over to Eagle Rock Entertainment. So
then you decided.
Then I decided to open my own venue.
Yeah, right. That's the cool part. So talk about it for a second.
Bread and Jam. It's actually just reopened under new ownership. Somebody picked up the space and reopened it. But it's this fantastic.
In Cohoes?
Yeah, in Cohoes. Fantastic little place. Holds about 100 to 150 people. It was a coffee house, live music place. We had fantastic jazz. I loved working with the local artists. That was like the best thing to me. So, and we did that for about 2 years. And then the opportunity at the College of St. Rose came calling. So,
Yeah, 2 years, and it was 2008. I
yeah,
I think that's really
yes,
important.
yes, we started in 2008, 2010. The St. Rose position became open, and like I was saying, it was the only job I applied for, and I went for it.
So, what do you see yourself doing the next 20 years? Take a long view. Throw it out there.
Long view. Throw the football deep, huh? I see me building upon the experience that I have at the College of St. Rose. If I can build the program into even something more developed and even bigger, that would be fantastic. If I move on to something, a bigger arts organization, I have no idea. To be honest, I don't know.
But do you see the notion of programming a facility or programming as part of what you want to do? Do you want to go back and play? Do you want to?
No, I have 2 small children now, so playing involves them in the room and lots of pots and pans and guitars and stuff like that. I see myself. When I said to my wife when I got this job, I was like, I'm in heaven. This is for me. It's like it's not even work. It's work, obviously, but it's like I love what I do every day. So I see myself sticking in the arts and something creative and as far as program is concerned. I love building the season. I love promoting it, the different angles and things like that we do with the different concerts. It's fun.
So your time here has been in the Capital Region has been about 5-6 years.
Yeah, 4 years now. Yeah, it's just 4.5. Yeah.
What have you seen? Anything change? Different art scene? What's
the biggest thing for me is I came up here from New York City, where the art scene is in your face 24/7, and it's just predetermined notion that New York City is the king of all arts. And you come up here and you're like, your initial reaction is what are there to do with the arts here? But the arts are almost as rich up here as they are anywhere else. Just it's sheer location, it's geography. It's just we're a little more spread out. Whereas New York City, everything's within 10 square mile radius. We have Schenectady, and that's I think the thing I got really jazzed about with MOHU. I was like, holy cow! Like I didn't realize some of these arts organizations that were there because as I'm sure and a lot of other arts organizations know, you get kind of hunkered down with your thing and doing your stuff, and that's what MOHU really allowed me to kind of rise above the weeds and look around and see all these other great arts organizations going on. So the biggest thing for me so far has just been education, learning about all these different things going on. So that's what I've been stoked about.
So you feel like this is a healthy place?
Yeah, and it's evolved. I mean, obviously, as we talked about, I moved up here in 2008. We've had the financial crash, and you see that a lot of the support financially has not been, it's decreased for the arts. I mean, what's always the first thing to go? Arts and education. But I think out of that has bred a lot of creativity. What new ways can we fundraise? What can we do new? I mean, for myself personally, with my arts organization, with the Masry Center, we've kind of looked into a lot of grant writing, and we found that there's this big gaping hole now with a lot of Title I schools that are missing arts. So we've developed an arts program to bring students in at a day at a college and do this whole intensive arts program, and it's allowed us to fund some of the programs that we're doing there. So it's been actually exciting,
Yeah.
Mother of necessity is the mother of invention,
right.
So
well, certainly St. Rose has from the leadership down has an aggressive relationship with its neighbors, an aggressive point of view about what it should be doing.
Yeah.
And that's reflected in the program you guys do and the Masry Center at all. I mean,
well, we certainly try, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what do you do for fun besides your kids?
What do I do for fun? I like to rock climb actually and go hiking.
Yeah, where?
Indoor rock climbing place. That new one over in Half Moon is cool. I love to go up to Adirondacks. Mount Marcy is the big challenge.
So when you rock climb, what does that mean? This is going to be obviously from a non-climber.
Go ahead.
Are you vertical?
Yes.
Absolutely. Are you more than vertical?
Oh, there's grappling, which is like you don't do any harness, but it's a lower height, but you're just hanging on for dear life upside down. I haven't done that yet. I just I would say beginning intermediate level, but I just love doing it. It's a fun recreational kind of thing. It's a challenge, and how high can you go without freaking out?
And so most of this you're doing with others, with ropes. I mean, it's a team effort.
Oh yeah,
right?
You have to have somebody who's kind of hanging on to you.
So what was your most exhilarating moment climbing?
I would say actually it was in New York City. There's an indoor rock climbing wall. It's over in near Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
New York Sports Club, and it goes indoor to outdoor, but the highest peak is, I think it's almost 100 feet when you're up there. It's like, you look down, and it's in the city, so it's such a different kind of vibe. You feel like you're Spider-Man up there. You're like looking down on everybody. That was a really cool moment.
Wow, that's really great. Is it I think it is. It's a heavy equipment
No.
sport, isn't it?
No, rock climbing belt. You just go there. They usually have the cables and everything. I mean, if you do outdoor, but if you go to outdoor like facilities, they have a lot of that stuff there that you can rent for the day. It's actually a relatively cheap sport to do.
Oh, interesting. So your kids like it?
I haven't brought them yet, but I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, both boys. They're kind of natural rock climbers themselves. They're climbing, the molding at the house. At this point,
right, exactly.
And they're climbing up the doors in the ceiling. It's like,
So
I think we
bring young people.
Yeah, there are smaller like sections and stuff like that. My 2-year-old might be a little young, but the 5-year-old, I think he's ready. Tobias is ready to roll.
Oh wow! That's
So
really
yeah,
pretty
I was
funny.
saying to my wife, like we find all these great deals on like Groupon. It's like you can go do these things for the day. And I called them over. Then I was like, can I bring my 5-year-old? They're like, yeah, they come all the time. So
what's coming up in the next month?
okay, January, violinist Anna Lee. She's about 16 now. She was featured on PBS when she was 12.
Yeah,
she's one
she
of the
performs with orchestras.
Yep. So she's actually doing a solo violin performance. That's January 27th.
Right, fabulous. Sal, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
It's been an absolute terrific to have you and to get to know you.
Thanks.
Philip Morris with Impact. Our guest was Sal Prizio from the Mastery Center for the Performing Arts at St. Rose. Thanks for joining us. Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.